important about Australia's history we should know?
Australia became a unified country in 1901. Before 1901, Australia was made up of separate states, but they weren't a country as a whole. So in 1901, that's when the states came together to form Australia.
What is something important about Australia's geography? Would you know?
There's a few places in the centre of Australia. There's a place called Ayers Rock, or the traditional people that live in Australia call it Uluru, which is a big giant red rock in the centre of a big desert as a natural wonder of Australia. And then in Sydney there is one of the man-made wonders is a place called the Sydney Harbour Bridge, which is a very beautiful bridge, beautiful views.
What is something important about Australia's culture we should know?
Something important would be that Australia is very multicultural, so there are many people who live in Australia from different parts of the world. So it makes it our culture very multicultural. And also we have various holidays that we celebrate. Probably the biggest holiday that we celebrate is a day called Anzac Day, where Australians gather to remember the Australian soldiers who have fought in past wars and the wars of today, and really give thanks to them, and also to gather together as families and celebrate Australia as well.
Thank you. What language do the people in your country speak?
We speak English. English is the main language.
Who are the Aboriginal native group of people in your country?
Well, they are called the Aboriginals. There are different clans of Aboriginals that lived in Australia before people from England came to Australia to create the Australia as we know it today. So, and the Aboriginals that lived before we came, there were many clans, many tribes. So.
What is a famous cultural holiday in your country?
Already Anzac Day.
When is this holiday?
It's celebrated on April 25th, which is the day during World War I that Australians first went into battle to fight against enemies in a place called Gallipoli in Turkey. And yes, it's a very famous place as we know it today, because it was the place where Australians first went into war, into battle, to fight against them.
Last question. What do people do during this holiday?
People usually, families and friends will usually gather. They might have a party at their homes and have a barbecue, lots to eat. And also another thing that people will do is they will go to different war memorials and pay tribute to the soldiers who have fought for Australia and who are currently fighting for Australia as well. And yes, basically just a big gathering of celebrating Australia.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate your taking the time to interview with us.
That's okay.